Okay, orchestra members, this is the explanation training video for our playing training video for Dia de los Muertos. Now this piece is pretty long, so if I do the explanation plus the video, it's too long to really upload to YouTube. So that's why I'm doing an explanation video for the violin, viola, cello, bass first, and then you can watch your particular instrument's training video for your part. Now the first thing I want all of us to look at is we start this thing in the key of G. Okay, and we're in the key of G, clear up, okay, to measure 120. So watch that carefully. It switches to the key of D at 120, and then it switches back to the key of G at 140. Okay, so watch your finger pattern switching of the key there throughout the piece. Now, throughout the piece, you're going to have a number of new things in this. We have some tremolo, which a tremolo is going to be a fast, rapid wiggle of the wrist. Okay, that's the note that has, it looks like a half note or a quarter or an eighth, and it has the 3 slashes underneath it. Okay, so watch that. You're also going to get some clapping around measure 40. Okay, so measure 40, you're literally going to sit your bow down. Violin violas, we're going to hold this and clap with this supported here, so we have a quick transition back to the bow. Now, we have something really unusual coming up in this piece, and it happens at measure 82. So if you look there real close, you'll notice that those notes have an X through them, sort of a percussion type of a notation. And it says above it, collegno, mute strings with the left hand. So what we're going to do there is this. You're going to take, if you're a cello, okay, you're going to take and roll your bow stick, okay, towards you with your bow hair facing out, and you're literally going to play on the stick with the bow. Now violin violas, we're doing the same thing, rolling towards the scroll, and the muting means we're just going to hold the string very lightly. Okay, we're going to get a clicking percussive type of sound there. Okay, that's collegno bowing. Okay, and we have that a couple different places here, so watch that. We'll have to get used to changing our wrist around our bow grip. The next thing I want you to watch here is the meter. Okay, now normally pieces that we play, the meter stays the same. We start with 4/4, we're on 4/4 the whole piece, or maybe one little change, one measure or a little section, and then we're back to the 4/4. This piece, if you take a look at it real quick, the first measure starts in 2/4. Okay, but second measure switches to 4/4. Okay, and then if you look at towards the end of that line, measure 7 goes to 3/4. Measure 10, 4/4. Okay, measure 13, 3/4. Measure 15, 5/4. Now the 5/4 is really a combination of 3/4 and 2/4. Okay, linked together in a unit. Now, what that's going to mean for us is the pulse of this song. Okay, the beat. Okay, which is going to, normally we don't even have to think about it, just stays the same in 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The pulse in this song is going to change over and over and over. Okay, constantly keeping us sort of off our, it's going to make us want to move. Okay, it's going to give this song a completely new feel. Okay, so you have to watch that, plus the accents. Okay, their accents are going to come in unusual places, so watch that. And when we're counting our rests, you have to be able to know, is it 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, or 5/4? Okay, so watch that very closely. Right. Now, let's see here. There is a number of tempo changes as well. We start out allegro, okay, which is kind of fast with gusto at the beginning. And then, when we get to measure 78, things slow down and it gets to an andante tranquillo, okay, it's kind of a tranquil kind of feel, walking speed instead of maybe fast running joyful. And then we stay in that tempo until about measure 120, where it goes back to more of an a tempo like the beginning, which is going to be quicker. Okay, then at measure 136, it's going to slow down with some solos and first stands playing up till about 140. Now, 140, it's going to start just deliberately. 1, 2, dun, 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 dun. Okay, which isn't really going to be faster. It's going to have a pushy feel a little bit in that tempo. Then you're going to notice at 147, okay, it's going to accelerate. There's an accelerando there. Okay, it's going to get faster to N3, N4, N1, N2, N3, N4, N5, until the point of 152, we're back to the same tone at the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. Okay? So we're back to that. So you're going to have to watch that closely and get so comfortable and secure with your part that you can watch the conductor and watch the people in your section to be together with your ensemble. At 182, we've got trills. Okay, the trill always is going to start with the note above the notation. Okay, so watch that there in case you've never done a trill before. And we have a number of accidentals. The last thing I want to talk about in this video, we have a number of accidentals. We have some A sharps on the A string, which is going to be a half step first finger. We have some C sharps going from C natural to C sharps on the A. 147, we have some B flats creeping in there and some E flats. So we're going to have to switch to finger pattern 3 and drop a half step 4. At measure 59, we have a half step F natural from an F sharp, a half step first finger on the E. And you're going to have to watch because those will come back, and each time we play those sections, we will have to make those adjustments with those accidentals. So you want to watch that. Now the real key when you start practicing this is start slow, get this thing solidly under your fingers. Okay, don't practice a mistake and get really good at the mistake because then you're going to have to fix it. So this piece is a wonderful, fun piece. You are going to enjoy this thoroughly. This is Dia de los Muertos.